Good day, everyone. I'm Romit from the MBA class of 2023, and on this podcast today, we have...
Hello, everyone. I'm Rina Su. I'm also from class of 2023.
Right. So, Rina,
Yep.
we're graduating today. How does
Yes,
it feel?
finally.
How does it feel? What are you feeling today?
Well, I feel great.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's incredible. A year, a journey for us. And when I see so many of us appearing together again, it's just so many memories come up.
I know. I had a lot of conversations with people today who said that it feels like no time has passed at all, and we're all together. We're doing these things, which we're now so used to be doing. It's really fast-paced. There are a lot of things to do. Everybody's
Truly.
doing their own thing as well,
Truly.
right? And which is what we did during the MBA. So it feels really good to be back, and it feels really great to be graduating, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
Rina, what college were we in again? In Cambridge.
Eddies.
Yes, of course.
St. Edmunds.
Yes, and we were neighbors, right?
Yeah, in the first term actually,
Yes.
and then I moved out. But our relationship is more closer than before, and throughout the whole MBA journey.
Right. Can you
Yeah.
tell me why that is? Or can you tell the rest of the world why that is?
Of course, I think it's mostly because of the brand my partner and I founded at the beginning of the MBA year. It's RishRight, the chili sauce company. It's so unexpected that you are a part of it as well. Do you remember still when you helped us sell the chili sauce on the Cambridge Square Market?
Right.
Yeah.
So when I came to the MBA, I did not have a lot of skills in sales, so to say. So I was like, you know what? You guys are in the market square. You're selling chili. Let me try to be salesman for a day and see how it goes. And that was honestly a really good experience for me.
But you're too humble. You are the top sales on that day.
But-
I learned so much from you just watching you.
That's good to know.
Really, truly.
So yeah, I mean, we have connections which go beyond just the classroom or just the activities
Yeah.
in the business school,
Yeah.
and beyond.
And you even took our products to your family, to our friends in Dubai, in the US. That's amazing.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
So grateful.
everybody should try it, to be honest. So that's why I did it. So I mean, that brings me to my next point, right? So
Yeah.
there's a lot of networking that we have to do at the MBA. The business school goes to great lengths, right, to teach us how to network, what should we talk about, how do we present ourselves. But there's so much more beyond just the business school in terms of networking that we have to do.
Yeah.
Is there one takeaway that you've got from what they taught us and used it outside of in your life as well?
Yes, definitely. There's one event I would really love to mention is that the Spring Festival. So it happened so fast, but just in 1 month, like 20 of us coming from China, Singapore, Malaysia, came together and hosted the whole event, like decorated the whole judge building and organized several cultural booths for all of the teachers, professors, and students in judge. It's really a full experience. And we just share the same value that we want to bring Chinese culture to more people and let more people to understand that. It's a really successful story. And also I got the chance to form a band with several other classmates, and we smashed it on the stage in MBAT in Paris. And
Right,
we
you guys won, right?
Yeah, we won the championship. It was so out of the expectation, so we're really happy about that. And I think I developed more close relationships with some of them. One of them has become my soulmate, and the other one is working in the same team with me in TikTok.
Nice.
So yeah, it's a lot of intersections happening, just surprisingly. What about you?
So I mean, it's interesting that you mentioned intersections because that's the word I was going to use.
Oh,
Because
really? Yeah.
for me, networking a lot is shaped not by just what they taught us and
Yeah.
what they actively taught us in the business school, but it's within these walls as well, within the architecture. And if you read the story of why this building is designed in such, in an unusual and peculiar way, is that it was mandated to have, your serendipitous, encounters and meetings with people. So the architect designed it in such a way. And which is quite true, because the first day somebody walks in here, and I'm sure it was the same for me, that, oh my God, why is it all over the place. Why is it like a maze? But
It's like
when you
so
spend the whole
colorful.
year here,
Yeah.
right, you're always meeting somebody, you're always bumping into somebody, either on the staircases or in one of the many meeting rooms or the nooks here and there. So you're always meeting people. It's not just students from the MBA, but from other cohorts, professors, etc., people from the careers team. So you're always meeting people. You're always having conversations. You're always engaging. So that sort of, the architecture of the building itself sort of preps you to take that out into the real world, where you have chance encounters with people who you may or may not want to meet, and how to deal with those situations, right?
Yeah,
So for that, networking, again, so more than just what they actively teach you, but how the ecosystem itself passively sort of engages you to network. So I really, really appreciate that.
Yeah, it's really interesting to know that intuition of the design of this architecture from you when you share it with me. But I know that you have the experience of organizing some AI forums, and you also developed a very rich networking outside the MBA cohorts. Can you share a little bit that part?
Sure. So I think it's a special thing that Cambridge brings to you. It's because a lot of the things that I did were things that I did not actively go out and seek to do, because there's so much opportunity floating in the air. And this, which is what makes Cambridge so special, is that these opportunities are right in front of you. It's up to you if you want to take them up or not. And a lot of them came my way, and I was always saying yes to a lot of things, as you know. I hate to say no.
You have been so busy, I know.
I've been very, yes. So yeah, organizing AI clinics with the computer science department of the university, getting experts in to talk to us, the rest of the students, about, you know, where is the cutting edge of AI, for example, or even taking part in other university activities. So these things are there for students who want to go, you know, pick these up. You just have to keep an open eye and an open mind and an open ear to all these things. And if there's one thing that I could tell prospective students or anybody else who's coming here, is just say yes. Just say yes. There is a lot of it out there. There's a lot of things out there to do, and it's always going to be enriching. You're not. It's very rare that you come out of it disappointed. There's so much to engage with within the university, within the city as well, because it's not just a university town, it's a tech town as well. So you get to meet founders and investors, and, you know, the whole ecosystem is extremely diverse and extremely engaging, and people want to talk to you. So which is, again, rare outside of the Cambridge ecosystem. So it gives you that access. Make use of it.
Yeah, true. But on top of my mind, I still have another question, because I know that our curriculum was extremely busy at the same time. And we even need to finish 9 courses each term, and plus some projects. And we also need to party, also need to find some fun thing to do. So how did you prioritize, or how did you manage your timetable?
Sleep deprivation. No, on a more serious note, it is challenging when you're here for your first week. The business school, the admin, the professors, they take great pains and they go great lengths to tell you that there will be FOMO. If you think there's not going to be, you're mistaken. I was one of those guys who thought, nah, I'm going to do everything. And I tried to, but then there's only 24 hours in a day. There's only so much you can do. So you're right. There is a very clear need to prioritize. So you have to have a clear idea of what you want, not just from the course itself. So as you mentioned, we had to do 9 subjects or 9 courses every term, the exams, projects, etc. Assignments, etc. So you need to be on top of that game as well. But you're here not just to study and learn, but you're here to network, you're here to find your niche as well. So if you don't go and explore, you'll never find it, because the world is beyond the classroom, it's beyond the books. There is so much to do. There's, as I mentioned earlier, there's so much to engage with within the university, within the wider Cambridge ecosystem. So you really need to put yourself out there, and you need to make good use of your time, right? Yes, of course, we need to let off steam, we need to party, we need to socialize, we need to all of those things, because that's not just, I don't just see it as an investment of my time in terms of just having fun, but it's in terms of creating connections as well.
Of course.
Because the biggest takeaway from the MBA is is you and me and the rest of the people in our class. We are going to be connected for the rest of our lives because of the shared experience, right?
Yeah.
And so that is going to be very, very powerful. So
Yeah,
it's
true.
not an investment in just studies or it's an investment in people as well.
Yeah.
So that's how you should prioritize spending your time
Yeah.
in Cambridge.
I think it's also according to everyone's different personalities or their own values. I know you are very extrovert, but I believe someone is introvert and they are not that comfortable to being put into among a lot of people, but they have their own way to network. Maybe the network is a smaller scale, but it's more deep. The relationship is like deeper than the general one. So I think, yeah, the networking is not just to always talk to so many people, but at the same time, we can also stick into a small group.
Sure, 100%. But also, what I really liked was during our first term, we had this course called Management Praxis, right?
Yeah.
Which was tied to our
That's
study
very
groups,
interesting.
which was tied to our Cambridge Venture project.
Yeah.
And we did a lot of these psychological and psychometric assessments as part of this course, right? Which helped the team understand what their dynamics can be, what they are, you know, who is an extrovert, who is an introvert, who can be a leader, who is not a leader yet, because I don't believe that anybody cannot be a leader. You just have to, you know, be able to express that.
And find the right way.
Find the right way, and right? And so during my, you know, work in the team, we found out that, you know, I was the extrovert and I was, you know, the louder voice. But
It's okay.
it's true. I mean,
You're
I'm not going to shy away. But you need to be able to, you know, put it in those frameworks where people who are more shy to be able to express themselves also, because and it really helped formulate a structure around it to help the team understand that, hey, all voices are important. There's a lot of stress on diversity of opinions. Of course, it is scientifically proved as well. You get better outcomes if you have diversity of opinions.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, so that really helped me to, you know, take a step back at times and bring the whole team together and, you know, work collaboratively, right? Collaboration is such a huge part of how, you know, students work here and how we're taught to work here. So that was a very important thing for me.
Yeah, your answer remind me of one of my questions actually, because the word of collaboration is so important to us during the whole process of our MBA journey. So my question is that the ability to work with people from diverse backgrounds was something we both really feel important and we both really took advantage of. And how did you feel about your MBA experience in terms of collaboration? I mean, not just in the project, but also outside the study group or outside the curriculum, the courses.
Right. So let me start with the study groups, right?
Yeah.
And every term we were partnered with a bunch of other students, and we had no control over who our partners are going to be. Which
sometimes.
We
don't have the choice.
Most of the times, right?
So group, yes.
Which I think is a positive thing, because I made really good friends for life, and we worked together. I understood. I had a very deep insight into the way I work myself, what leadership means, because the whole curriculum again is very focused on leadership, because we are building leaders here, right?
Yeah.
And what that means and how leaders can bring everybody together, right, and work together as a team to deliver whatever you're supposed to deliver, right? So, in terms of study groups, that was a really good thing. So the business school really forces you to come together, people of diverse opinions, of diverse backgrounds, of diverse experiences, and then you have to work together on the same goal, right? So that was a really good experience for me. And beyond just the classroom, right? So as I mentioned earlier, we did a whole bunch of events in and around the business school where we brought in, for example, these AI experts and researchers and computer scientists from the computing department into the business school to talk about AI. And they were also so super stoked to be here, because they want to do more of these kind of things, right? And sometimes the business school by nature is faster in pace than let's say a research department in the university. So they love that interaction. We did those sessions multiple times over the year. And I think it was beneficial for the students as well to learn from the scientists who are working on the cutting edge of research in AI to just ask questions, and no question is stupid enough, right? Or too stupid as to just what is AI? Is it going to take all our jobs? Those kinds of things. So that collaborating with the university level and even beyond in the ecosystem, we did events where we had venture capitalists come in, we had startup founders come in to talk to us, and we created those events for students to interact with them. So that sort of shows you how to bring in the world beyond the classroom into your lives and see what you can learn out of it.
For me, it's very interesting that it's the first time I was exposed in such diversified environment and working with such diversified backgrounds people. And I think the habits they have, the value they have is quite different from mine, because before I was mainly working in China and my environment was very collective, very shared culture. But here, the key taken away from this cohort is that sometimes the final result is not the most important. To understand people, to respect people, and to include as many people as possible is such rewarding thing to do. So not just a very result driven. Maybe result driven is correct at some time, especially when it comes to the business growth, when it comes to be a big company to compete in a very fierce competitive market. But all in all, it's about people. And how can we care about people at the same time we drive our business? This is something that I took away the most.
Is that what you would say that you took from Cambridge out into the real world, is bringing people together and working on a goal?
Actually, I think this is something I learned in my study group, because my study group is so diversified. Have someone from Singapore, Nigeria, India, and Hungary, and so diversified. And when I worked in real life in the UK, actually I'm working in London, and all of my colleagues, they are all from different different regions, different countries, and the way they work and the words they use even is so different from mine. So it really took some time to understand, okay, what is the real meaning behind this? Maybe it's not something that you believed before, but all in all, after you can digest and you can observe all of the information, you can really understand those people around you. I think it's more solid. It's a more solid outcome and deliverable. You can deliver. I think this is something that Cambridge journey, the MBA journey, really prepared me for.
Yeah.
One of them, prepared me for so many things.
Right. It does teach you to be prepared for not just the expected, but the unexpected as well, right? One of the key takeaways for me has been, actually there's been two major ones. One is the ability to just go out there and network with people and talk to people and discuss pretty much anything under the sun. But it gives you the confidence not just to represent yourself, but you're representing something bigger as well, right? I really resonate with this word, because I just received a message from our country manager yesterday, said that Cambridge students are truly reliable, and I know this is your graduation day, and have fun and take more pictures and videos of you three, because I referred another two classmates in our company. One of them is working in the same team with me. And my country manager can see that Cambridge students, MBA students, they are truly incredibly qualified, capable, and organized, and very disciplined, and also very result driven. I mean, the amount of workload that we had with our academics, it makes you disciplined, right? You have to be on time, you have to do all these things, yeah.
But more down to earth, actually. It's really, we are really solving problems. We are not just a talk the talk, but also walk the walk.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there was throughout the course, and even on the electives that we took, there was a lot of emphasis on leadership, but how to lead collectively, right? Even though, you know, there were some slides in class that said, you know, greed is good. They were referencing a movie, FYI. but how to, you know, channel that energy, you know, creatively and productively and collaboratively, right? So you can bring everybody together and take it forward, right? So that brings me to my second takeaway, which was to just understand my style of leadership and what works and what maybe doesn't work as well. So what I need to work on to become a better leader in the future. So that was really helpful for me because it opened up my eyes to see things which I wasn't aware of. And when I worked in those teams and we had those feedback sessions, and some of it was surprising to me, and I was like, really, am I like that? So so it gives you those tools, but it's up to you to sort of do what you want with those tools, right, and take it away. So I spent some time on thinking about it deeply, and I was like, okay, maybe there are some things I can improve on to be a better leader, and I'm applying that in my everyday life.
I think the design of our courses are very interesting as well, because I think throughout the whole design, the modules, the curriculum, I can know that what is hot and what is trendy in the UK's market, especially the business market, the business world, like the sustainable topic, and also the AI topic, which is a big, the big topic in Cambridge as well. There are so many tech companies, tech professors or tech scientists here. I think that as someone who has not come to the UK before or worked and lived here, this is really, really helpful. And another point is that I not only founded the RishRight with my partner during this whole year, at the end of the year, last year, I also received offers from several tech companies. I think through this journey, the career team really helped me a lot on that part. They played a key role. They provided such a comprehensive support, including the workshop session to teach you how to write a cover letter, which seems to be very basic, but for me, I hadn't had the chance to write a cover letter before when I hunt job. So this is truly helpful. And then Cecile, like one of the team, she helped me one-on-one to refine and prepare my personal introduction and the common questions. And then after I got the interviews, they introduced the they introduced the career coach to help me on one-on-one coaching session with Eric Xu. He's really helpful too. So I think all of this support, they really helped me to prepare for the real world. Otherwise, I thought it would be so difficult for international students to land a job, especially some good jobs in this market. This is really bad market right now. So at this point, I also feel very grateful too.
That's good. All right, so we are almost at the end of the podcast, but before we go, we're gonna have some fun. All right, these are some questions which we don't know what these questions are. They're supposed to be fun, but we will see. So you pick one and I pick one, and we ask each other those questions.
I'll pick the pink one.
All right.
It's for you, right?
Yeah, you ask me first.
If your MBA experience was an emoji, which one would it be?
Ooh. Have you seen that emoji of the guy who has smoke coming out of his head and,
Yes.
and he's burning? And
Why is that?
because it's only because there is so much going on. Right? There's so much to do. You're running at 100 miles an hour every day. Not just doing class, but having time to take out for your fun or for sports or for other activities.
For drinking?
I'm not going to say too much. And everything else, right? So you're always pushing, you're always running, you're always striving for something, and you're going at, as I said, 100 miles an hour. So I think that's the emoji that I'm going to use.
Yeah, oh great. The same as me. So
Right.
what's my question?
All right, let's see what it is. If you could give one life hack to current students about navigating post-grad life, what would it be?
Postgraduate. Okay, let me think about that. I think enjoy life is very important. No matter when your offer comes through, sooner or later it will. But during the whole process, just don't worry too much, and enjoy the moment. Enjoy the friends around you. Enjoy the beautiful Cambridge. Enjoy the foremost in so many different colleges. I think, yeah, I know that it's stressful to figure out what is the next step in your life after a huge investment on yourself, on your study. But I think in the long run, it will worth it. So don't worry too much.
Oh, that's good. That's good advice. Right. And I think with that, we are at the end of our podcast. Thank you so much, Rina. This was really fun.
Me too.
We should do this more often. We should start our own thing.
Yeah, we should start at in the last years this time. Yeah.
Well, if you only had all of us supporting team, who have been really good.
Yeah.
So thank you. It was
Thank
a
you
pleasure.
so much too. Yeah.
And thank you for watching, whoever it is. And we hope to see you in Cambridge sometime soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.